I'm back with part 2 of my video about the unfavorable side of beauty. Let's get into it. I have my handy dandy notebook and we're gonna get into the first bullet point. A common thing that most people who are conventionally attractive, they have a difficulty making friends. It is extremely hard to find a friend that is not going to be in competition with you, that is not going to undermine you. Beautiful people have a hard time making friends because society puts beautiful people on a pedestal. So because they have put you on a pedestal, they think that you have it all. They think you have the money, they think that you have the class, they think that you have all the best of friends. They see how people respond to you. And because in their mind, they haven't built themselves up, they have not done the work. They're comparing themselves to you. And they're saying, well, she has what I don't have, and so I don't like her. So how do we mitigate the difficulties of making friends? When looking for a friend or even attracting a good friend, there are certain qualities that it's essential to look for. Does this person have a hobby? Because if not, you will become their hobby. Does this person have goals, aspirations? Is this person going to school? Does this person have a job? What are they doing in life? If they don't have any goals, aspirations, any drives, or any hobbies, anything, you will become their hobby, their goal, their aspiration, and their drive. I cannot stress how important it is to have friends that know themselves, that are comfortable in their own skin. So I wrote down some scriptures for each of the bullet points that I made. So for the difficulty making friends, this scripture comes from Proverbs 13 and 20. It says, walk with the wise and become wise, for companions of fools suffer harm. That scripture is pretty self-explanatory. Watch the company you keep. Friends that secretly don't like you. Friends that secretly don't like you. The friendship normally wouldn't start off that way. Usually, these are friendships that I'm talking about that are 10, 20 years in the making, right? This friend is originally your ride or die. This friend has been with you through thick and thin. And then after some time, this friend starts being in competition with you. This friend starts making strange comments. This friend starts looking at you funny. Beware, okay? Beautiful people tend to have issues with friends that secretly don't like them. The most dangerous type of friend, especially to a believer, is a friend that has a monitoring spirit. Well, how do I know that my friend has a monitoring spirit? What kind of questions are they asking you? Are they asking you intensely intrusive questions? Are they asking you, oh, you got a new credit card? So what's your credit line? How much do you pay a month for your car? How much is your rent? What's your tax bracket? How much did you get paid last week? A monitoring spirit friend. And you need to get rid of them expeditiously. So another major sign that your friend has a monitoring spirit, when they come into the room, does the hair on the back of your neck stand up? Do you feel that you are being observed? There's a difference between them staring at you and giving you the evil eye because they're jealous. But it's a difference between staring at you and observing you. You feel it in your soul. Your body starts to react. Your body goes into fight or flight mode. I can get deeper into that if y'all want me to by commenting more. I can get deeper into that, how your body reacts when someone does not like you. The scripture that I have for that is taken from Matthew 12 and 34. It says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So when someone secretly doesn't like you, they won't be able to hold it in for long. Workplace drama. I suffered with this one for a very long time. I hated waking up in the morning to go to a job that I secretly hated, because whenever I would walk into the room, there would be an issue. You have to deal with the stares. And it's not that people look at you and they just go back to what they're doing. They stare. For someone who has social anxiety can be very hard. For a long time, I had social anxiety. I'm still working on my social anxiety. So when people used to stare and just stare and just stare, I used to get angry. I used to, I didn't handle it well. But with the grace of God, now it just rolls off. And then there's a competition at work, especially if the manager likes you. So then you have to deal with the petty cattiness. You're walking by, people are whispering and laughing. You have to worry about the group of women that don't even like each other, but they know they don't like you. So now they're teaming up on you. It took me a long time to figure out this formula, and I'm going to share it with you. The reason why, apart, we already know, yes, we're beautiful. We cause attention everywhere we go. But the reason why they are adamant about being catty, being in competition, all of these things is because they seek validation. And not just validation, validation from you. hmm When I figured that out, my life became so much more peaceful. Why are they seeking validation from you? Because, once again, in their mind, you are on the top part of that pedestal. You are on a pedestal and they're in competition with you in their mind. They have made up a whole story about you, about where you live, about who your husband is, how many acres of land your house is sitting on, how many kids you have, how many BBL surgeries you had, even if you had surgery or not. They have an elaborate story of who they think you are, and they are in competition with this story that they made up in their mind. So how do we deal with workplace drama? We don't. We don't. We are kind, we are loving, and we are unbothered. And it takes practice because it's easier said than done. But the key is to be genuine. You see, if they see that you're not being genuine, you're just pretending to be unbothered, but you really are bothered, it's not going to work. You genuinely have to be unbothered because you know that they are in competition with a figment of their imagination that they made up about you. And when they see that they're laughing, they're talking about you, the whispering, the cattiness doesn't affect you, it just goes over your head. Now they're going to be like, Bowalande. They're now going to be trying to figure you out. So the scripture that I have for that is coming from Proverbs 15 and 18. It says, a hot-tempered man stirs up strife, but he who is slow to anger quiets contention. To my next bullet point that conventionally beautiful people face. Misconceptions of being a dulland, meaning people think that because you are beautiful that you're stupid. You're not no sense. They think that you have nothing but hot air circulates region right here. I can't tell you how many times that I've been approached by people, and when I open my mouth and I speak, they're like, people think that attractive people are stupid, just like models. They think all models are dumb. They think models can't read, can't write, can't count, can't do anything. So, how do we mitigate that? Well, we occupy spaces with people who value us. Simply put, if someone is around you and they're just waiting for you to say something dumb, or they're committed to thinking that you're dumb, don't entertain those spaces. Don't occupy those spaces. Occupy spaces where you are valued and people value and know your intelligence. Okay, so the scripture that I have for that is coming from Proverbs 18 and 15. It says, "An intelligent heart acquires knowledge, and the ear of the wise seek knowledge." Okay, last but certainly not least, and I left the best, the breast for last. Men will seek to humble you. Men who are insecure, who are afraid of a challenge, who have you high up on a pedestal, who are afraid of rejection will humble you. They will go out of their way to humble you. You can be sitting there at a park bench, minding your business, eating your sandwich, and they will come over and say some stupid remark because they want to talk to you, but they're afraid you're going to reject them. So let me just hurl an insult to see what I get. Let me just throw anything at the wall and see what sticks. If you have ever rejected a man, and then for some strange reason, you decide to circle the block and give him another chance, that is the worst thing that you can do for yourself. That man did not forgive you, and he did not forget. He not only is he going to humble you, but he's going to shame you. He's going to ensure that your feelings are hurt to the core. He's going to cut you to the gristle. Not even the white meat, the gristle. He's going to break your soul, your spirit, everything, your pride, everything. The shirt, even the shirt off of your back is just going to fall off of you because you're so broken. Do not go back to a man that you previously said no to, because his entire job from now on is to make you hurt, to make you feel the rejection that he felt. Now all men do this. I'm specifically talking about the insecure ones. Secure people don't do this clownery. All right, so our final scripture comes from Proverbs again, and this is from chapter 4, verse 23. "Keep your heart with all diligence, for from it flows the issues of life." Okay? So keep your heart guarded. Pay attention to the company that you keep. If your friend is making fool comments, get rid of her. She's no longer your friend. If you start feeling strange, your body will tell you first before your mind does. Listen to it. Your intuition is always right. God has given us intuition for us to have insight, for us to make the right decisions when we are in danger, even though we don't have all the information. My sound advice.